What's going on, familia? What's going on? Let's get ready, traders. What's up? What's up? What's up? Going live tonight. What's going on, familia? What's going on? I haven't been online for a few days and just getting really busy with other stuff. Hello, Tony. Hello, John the Hood. How are you guys? Very good. I'm here to look at the market to see what the heck is going on. Feeling like a villain. What's up, familia? What's up? If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and like, please. It's free. Just do it. Do it, do it, do it. Let's keep expanding this. Hey, Jaime, what's up, Jaime? Let's keep expanding this channel so everybody can get the same results. But yeah, the market was actually pretty wild today. Only was good when it first came up in the morning. We did some profits. We had a little bit of profits when the market opened this morning. This nice drop. But then after that, it started moving very wild. Very wild. All day. You see these ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. And the way that the market was moving was literally out there to get money from retail traders. I want to show you guys what are those things that I look at the market when, especially for NAS. This is exactly for NAS. And remember, and NAS is just an index. It's literally an index of 100 companies. And we, talk about all these companies all the time. I show you here what they are. You go here, and they give you a list of all the companies. I like to sort it by the change. It's kind of telling me right now that the market is going up somehow. Most of the companies are buying. I organize it by the change here to see what's going on. So this company here, KL Corp, is the one that is losing the most right now. Only 4.86%. But then Intel, all these companies are selling, right? And most of these companies here are buying. But we only see colors, buying versus sellers, right? But who is buying, who is selling? It's all here. And when you go to Finbits, then you can go into look into a heat map and have a better look of who is doing what. This is the free version of it. You don't need to buy anything. But now you can see Nvidia, which is a big corporation. Pay always attention to the big charts, because these are the guys that are moving the market hard. But also look at these numbers: 2.54 versus 0.90. Even though this is green, it's only moved 0.90% increase on Apple. Then you have Google, right? But pay attention to this, because even though all these small little ones are buying, the big ones will do pushes, very strong pushes. Okay. So that's basically one of the main things that you got to look at. And now we are in the Asian market, obviously moves very differently. But for example, this morning, after we crashed some money and the market was already doing crazy moves, I decided to step out. Why did I step out? Because I already did some profits. And at that point, the way that the market was moving, most likely was going to take it all from me. Why do I say that? Because NAS will do very tricky moves. Like very tricky moves. You can say the NAS could be in a channel, right? And this is the 1 minute time frame. For example, I'm going to look it up like here, for example, like here, anywhere. I'm going to do a channel here, right? From here to here to here. And it's very nice and easy when you see it now that it already happened. But as the market is moving up, or down coming in a channel, the market will do a lot of really like insane move pretending that it's going to move up, but then it goes like this. And it just moves like slowly, like really slow. And you believe that because you just reached this level here, that point is gonna like retrace and just do that. But it doesn't. It keep moving in one direction. Right. So a lot of people, because they reach this level, they start right buying right here. And then the market just goes ramp and moves a lot lower. You know what I mean? But how can you at that point you're not seeing this channel? All you're seeing at this point is just this. It's just that. You cannot determine if there's a proper channel here. And the way that the market is moving in this channel, in this particular channel here, it is extremely tricky because it moves in a way that you believe that it's going to react to the upside. How can you say that it is not going to move to the upside when it's already doing it here? And this here could be just a temporary move. You know what I mean? But then just look at the size of those candles. That's what I'm saying. Look at the size of those candles. It's not doing clear channels. It's truly not doing clear channels. It's just moving in one direction. One direction, right? And doing a lot of like pretending that it's going to do a reverse, and it doesn't. So people will normally, oh yeah, it's coming down here, and then they sell, and then the things just keep moving higher and higher. And then when it finally does, by that time, you're probably already hitting a stop losses or burning the accounts or doing a bunch of crazy stuff. So when I detect this movement in NAS, that's the moment that I step out. That's the moment that I say, you know what? NAS is not doing clear moves. NAS is doing moves right now to hit a stop losses, engage a lot of people in moves that will burn their accounts. That's the kind of move that NAS will do a lot. And it's funny because I was trading with another friend this afternoon, and I said to him, when the market is doing that, just do the opposite of what you believe is going to do, and you'll see the results. Just do the opposite of what you believe that the market will do, and you'll see the results. And I actually tested out with him. I took a one contract in futures. I can't remember what it was. I took one contract opposite to what he believed that the market was going to do. And the market just kept moving in the opposite direction. And I had to close it in profits. Like, 50, $60 I did, I closed it. But that's how bad the market can get in days like that. How can you say, okay, is it the right moment to trade? Is it the right moment to like actually get some money? And the answer is you don't know. The only thing you know is a game plan that you can set up for any particular trade. So remember that you have to, at the beginning of your session, you have to go into this ritual every single day that you go into the trading world. Before you do, get your mind aligned. You cannot go into here without your mind aligned. Okay, get your mind aligned. If you have problems with the wife, with the son, with whatever, get that out of your atmosphere. If you sit down here, you feel like agitated, just shut off the computer, come back later because the market will always be there. What might not be there is your account. You know what I mean? The market will always be there, but what might not be there is your account. If you have that mind, oh, rattle up. Once you sit down and you start, analyzing the market, set up your areas. For example, if it's a New York session, you understand that we're coming out of a London and also an Asian market, which already gave us levels where there's liquidity sitting. Highlight your areas. Highlight your areas so you know what the market is going to go after. And develop a game plan. Just wait for the market to come and do a liquidity sweep. Like here, for example. The market, when things started, this was London, right? This here was London. It did a deep, deep, deep dive. Right? Deep, deep, deep dive. You would think, okay, the market is coming here to grab liquidity, which it did. It tried to grab liquidity here, but guess what? All the transactions that were here were wiped out. So people that were trying to think, okay, just grab liquidity, now it's going to push to the opposite direction and open it trades here. Look what the market just did. Look what the market just did. I'm going to show you guys. So you understand the reaction of the market. You see how the market came down and then pushed up? I just think of all the stuff that I explained to you guys. Why do you think the market moved up in this direction? Like right here in this line. It came down, wham, look at that. Look at the reaction, pushing the market back up and then just continue pushing down. If you're reading those candles, what can you interpret out of this area here? It's a very easy answer, familia. Everyone that had transactions here with their stop losses here, right? Remember that what is a stop loss? It's an opposite, the opposite of whatever transaction you open here. So if you're buying, and a stop loss will be the opposite. It will be selling. Sell orders, closing those buyers. Boom, clearing, grabbing liquidity, all the liquidity that was here, reaction to the market. Reaction to the market right there. That's what I believe so much in impact trading. That's why I make the most money out of impact trading. Because the market will always react to those areas. But was that reaction enough? Was that reaction enough? Clearly, it was not enough. So imagine people going here, going again into more buys, right? Putting their stop losses around here, and the market pushing the price up was not enough because sellers were dominating the market. Sellers were dominating whatever was happening there, and then boom, just collapsed. Whoever was buying here was stopped out for sure. And the market just keep falling down like a hot potato, going all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. But now look what a trader will do in this case. Seeing that reaction of the market where the market just broke down, right? You got to have your game plans developed, right? You understand that this is your trade that you're waiting for. Plan A. And you got to have also a plan B, because what you do, you need to read, go to the past, read the past and understand that if it breaks this area, you're going to have all that room for the market to push down, all of that, right? Because there's no reaction in between London and this bottom part. So you got to have a game plan saying, okay, all right. So if the market pushes down and breaks my area, I have to switch my hats. I got to switch my hats. You got to right away switch my hats. So instead of buying, I hit a stop loss, switch your hat, now you're selling. Because the market, it was just going to fall down. That's your plan B. All right. So imagine all these people that bought over here, got to stop what they did. They switch hats, right? Now they're selling. Where do you think they put their stop losses? Their stop losses go right above the previous candle, which is here. Just in case, and other traders will put it like above the fair value gap just to make sure that they leave enough room for the market to breathe. They do all kinds of different things, because at the end, what's going to matter is the trailing stuff that is going to be activated when this thing pushes down, right? But the market just kept pushing down, 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 down. That was all money, 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 money. Big money on the market just collapsing. But what I want you guys to understand, it's the mindset of a trader before they sit down and do and take any trades, that they develop game plans to execute them, right? They don't go crazy. They're not here guessing. They're not here guessing. As soon as they are here, they know exactly what they're going to go for. And if it doesn't fall into that plan, they don't trade. Okay? That's their homework every single day that they go here. So, all right, perfect. The market just collapsed, and went all the way down for whatever reason. There's a lot of stuff that I show you guys. You got to read the news, read the sentiment. That's pre-market and aftermarket moves, okay? All this stuff here, all this stuff here. Pre-market and aftermarket move. You see here how the market was consolidating, right? Hold on, where is my tool? Right here. The market was consolidating here. Very technical. Pre-market, break of the structure, pushing the market down, boom, 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 boom. Now, guess what? Guess what, familia? People will think at this point that based on what I just explained to you, there will be a lot of liquidity here sitting here in this area. You would think so, right? Guess what? There's probably almost no liquidity sitting here. Almost no liquidity sitting here because of this entire run of sellers. That was a big push that I'm sure almost 80%, not 85% sure that whoever was running this trade activated trailing stop and drag all these sell stops along with this entire thing. So I'm showing you guys how to interpret the market. So you understand now, because of the size of New York and all the drag of trailing stuff from many of the transactions that were here, that in here, most likely there will be almost no liquidity sitting. Almost no liquidity sitting. Now, if you want to interpret this differently, you're gonna see, for example, it touched here once. And how many times did it touch here? Maybe 1, 2, 3 around this area, right? Until it broke to the downside. Right? You're gonna read your candles like that. And I'm telling you to read your candles like that because when the market, if for whatever reason, decide to change, pushing the market back up, okay? Pushing the market back up into this area. When you're thinking that the market might just come here and react and push the market down, the probabilities that it will break this area continue and will continue to this side here are a lot higher. To this side here. Now you see how a trader read the market. And the question is, why here, Luisito? Why here? Why? Because this area here, it hasn't been mitigated at all. Unmitigated resistance area. So here, most likely, big charts, big institutions have their transactions still pending. So in here already, there's a lot of things that happen in this area. So when the market pushes up, you will probably see retesting this and doing like a little few, pushes and a few little things that the market will do. But most likely, the most probable move that it will do, it will be to break this area and continue pushing higher, seeking for more sales, like around here. And it just goes from one level to the next, from one level to the next. All right. That's basically what I would look at for NAS if it decides to push up for whatever reason, okay? But just talking about what happened here, why I decided to not look for opportunities when the market did this move was because the behavior of the market, how it was moving from all the way here, all the way back up. You can say, just look, familia. I'm not even gonna go crazy about it. You would think that the market would probably go back up or do whatever, but literally the market was ranging the entire day. The entire day was in this range here. Like, look at that. You would say it's very easy trading because it's in a range and all of that, right? Very easy trading, which is true. But the way that the market was moving here, those candles like with very little like micro transactions, you cannot read it in a way that you can say, yeah, it's going to go in one direction. Just the way that it was moving here, when I saw the candles moving in this session, that it was almost like frozen. Literally, like I put it in the chat in our WhatsApp group. I said the market right now is actually like frozen. It wasn't even moving. As soon as I saw that, I told you guys, step out of the market. Just step out. Don't even like waste your time. If you didn't make all the money in the world with this push, and you were thinking like to make more money, just step out and stay cash. That's good. The best trade that you will take is the one that you don't take. The best trade that you can take is the one that you don't take. Literally. That you're protecting your capital at that point. You're protecting your capital. So you step out. And why do I step out? Because here I could not get a game plan. I couldn't get a game plan for that. You can say, oh yeah, Elliott wave number 3, which is really what's happening here. And you can measure it if you want to. This entire thing is an Elliott wave number 3. Entirely. It's a type of Elliott wave, all of that. If you are an Elliott wave trader, you're good because now all you need to do is just measure that. Now you're being technical about it. You're being extremely technical, but I'm going to show you something. You see that? Not even the 50%. Not even the 50% on the Fibonacci ratio. All right? That disgusting 3820. And I tell you guys, when I see 3820s, I don't like. I don't like not even Elliott waves. But I know a lot of traders that don't mind taking those 3820s. My experience as a trader, whenever I see a 3820, almost like 80% of the time, it will come to a point and actually revisit that 6180. And then you have to redo that entire Elliott wave, making a valid Elliott wave 2 at a 6180. Most of the time. That's why when I see a 3820 in Elliott waves, it's like I'd rather wait. I step out. It's totally fine if I don't trade for a day. It's totally fine. Okay. So I know we have a VIP channel now that a lot of people are there to get signals every single day or whenever the market conditions are there. And that's the most important thing. When the market conditions are there, we will send signals for you guys for the VIP. All right. Because my job is to protect your capital at all times as I'm protecting my capital. Okay. So I did all the money in the world in this move. As a matter of fact, in the channel in the morning, I was just looking at the perfect scenario of a trade. And before I actually send it to the group, boom, it got executed. I was like, no. And I said, be really careful because of the market, how it's moving right now. It was like a spiky. And I said, I have to be careful. Right away, I said, I have to be careful. So the market just started moving. That was a pre-market. Wow. It's perfect. It's right here. Look at that. That big candle said everything. That was our first trade. That was the first trade I was going to send for today. It was here with a stop loss below this area here. And as soon as I put it all on the screen, this thing just went one single candle, boom, pushing the market up. I was like, no, hell no. And actually, my final TP was back in this area. And that was the only area that it actually collapsed like hard. It just collapsed. And that was when the market opened. Right? You guys can see it there. 9:30 a.m. The market opened and it was just one candle down. So anybody that was buying here, okay? And all I did was measure an Elliott wave correction. All of this was an Elliott wave. That's why I was looking for this trade because this was an Elliott wave 5. From here to here was an Elliott wave 5. That's what I was measuring. If anybody was wondering, how did I get into that trade? That to me was an Elliott wave 5, and I wanted to catch that Elliott wave 5 coming out of fair value gap. It was the perfect entry. That's why I was so mad, like so mad, because I was like, no, it literally just took off. It didn't even leave chances for me to trade. Because I was like about to take my pictures and everything, that then just took off. So perfect either way, number 5, it took off, it left us behind. But then, bing, bada, boom, bada, bam. The market couldn't hold it in this area, and market open, it pushed the market down. That's what happened this morning. All right, familia? I know some people had big losses today on their own. It was a winner for us. I passed one account, one funded account. I got passed for one of our customers, and another small accounts we make like $500. Another one like $1,000. It went all over the place for in profits. Okay, so let's keep it like that. Small progress every day. Not every day you're gonna win big. Okay, but that's the way that you should be trading. Okay, small progress every day, small progress every day. Have a game plan before you come into your trading day. If you have that, you execute. If you don't have it, stay cash. You don't have to trade. Okay, don't feel forced that it's a waste of your time, because what's going to happen is going to be a waste of your account. Okay. Have you guys ever had a day where, let's say you are in a prop firm and then you go and do something really silly, you burn it, then you buy another prop firm account, you wait, and then you make the money that you were supposed to make on that day, you made it on the second account, and you're like, oh my God, if I just waited, a few more hours, I would have just, be positive on the day. But instead, I had to reset or buy another prop firm account. What I'm saying is, familia, always be patient. Don't go crazy, because it's going to happen. And it happens so many times to me in my history, like 17 years now trading, that when I see it, I'd rather step out. And to help it with your psychology, when you are in that position, literally get off the computer, like just walk out. Walked out, don't have to look at the chart. Just walk out, get yourself busy with other stuff, go outside, breathe some air, get your mind now unplugged from this. Because then you're gonna start feeling that FOMO, like fear of missing out. And you just look at the charts waiting for an opportunity. You're not waiting for nothing, let me tell you. You're waiting for an opportunity. What opportunity are you waiting for if you don't have a game plan? You're not waiting for any opportunity. You're just expecting to see an opportunity. The reality is you have to build a game plan. That's what you do when you build your TAs. When just sitting like looking at the chart like this, you're trying to find something that your eyes will at one point see it, and that will be a negative number on your profit. Okay. So again, step out. And when you have a fresh mindset, come back again. Don't even look for anything. Develop a game plan. Look for those areas where liquidities are, and then execute when the price comes to you. That's it. Don't get out of that. All right. That's pretty much what we do, familia. I'm not looking at YouTube right now. One second. Not reading. J Miles says, can we look at US 30? Sure. So what exactly is impact trading, Maestro? Yes, impact trading is a way of trading that I've been doing for scalping for quite some time. Basically, what we do, we take the reaction of key elements in the market, especially in the 1 minute or 2 minute time frame. So we take for example, from liquidity, from fair value gaps, from support and resistance, from edges of any channels. That's the main thing because price moving channels. So we take advantage of that. Sorry, my cell phone just fell. We take advantage of that. We grab a few points on every trade and we get out. We don't stick to it for too long. We make, whatever, 50, $100 per trade, and we get out. You execute 10 of those trades and you're making $1,000 a day. That's it. That's for one account. So when you have, in my case, 40 accounts funded under my name, we're talking about big numbers, right? All right. So let me go into US 30. US 30. Fantastic. US 30 is actually moving in a very clean way. Like I'm gonna go into the 1 hour time frame. Okay, yeah, it's moving very nicely actually. Always do your charting, but it's coming to an area. Okay, so one didn't even touch, two, three. It's kind of respecting a lot of this area here. But never mind that. You gotta like, wait a minute. Let me see something here. Huh. Oh, he's doing a very nice correction. Okay. Huh. That looks very interesting. That looks very interesting. Okay. No more Mr. Nice Guy. All right. Okay, J Miles, my friend J Miles. J Miles, for how long have you been trading with? Oh, I think for like over 2 years now. Holy smokes. Yeah, I think so. Jay has been with the team for such a long time. I remember. Wow. All right. So Jay, okay. It is doing a triangle correction right now. But I'm trying to look at the points here. It is a very nice potential trade that you can take here, Jay, for US 30. It is already overbought. If you see here, two overbought. It's above the average. So at one point, there's gonna be a retracement. So what I suggest, if you're gonna do an intraday trade, you got an intraday trade like that. I would do this just to avoid inducement of price in case of this time breaks and run with the money. In case of this time breaks and run with the money. Run with the money, like run. You don't want to be in there. Okay. Just in case that it breaks this and it does that, you don't want to be in that trade. But if it doesn't, if it's just a trick, and if it's just a little trick, it will come back and fill all that there. Okay. This kind of move with US 30, it is a continuation pattern that I'm afraid that could go even higher back into these areas. But we are still within that correction. And up for that, I believe that it might do a temporary retracement. Just to give you some pips. And we'll definitely do this. Definitely do that. 1-to-1 risk to reward ratios around here. The Equilibrium is there. This is even less than 1-to-1. That's a lot to risk for that trade, but I would take it. I wouldn't mind. And if you're doing Elliott waves, the Elliott wave, let's see. Yes. 1, 2, 3. This is a fifth wave. So correction. Yes, correction. So 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3. Almost back in there. Wow. 4, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yeah, Jay. That's a good trade for you at 30. Oh, shoot me. So I didn't give you a signal today for our VIP, but I know you asked earlier for that. I'm giving that for you, my friend. But make sure you close partials there, okay? Because there's a key fair value. There's a much lower fair value gap, like right here. So the market would probably come lower, but this entire fair value gap here, that's yeah, that's a key fair value gap there. Just make sure that you come and close your partial profits there when this thing execute, all right? I'm gonna save it for you guys so we can look at it later. Any other requests? Awesome. All right, familia. Remember, familia, we have our VIP club for signals. If you guys want to join, I'm going to put the link in the description of this chat. You guys can come and join us in Instagram. Tomorrow, I'm going to be looking at the market super early, probably around 6 to 7 a.m. I'm going to look at the pre-market to see how it's going to behave from London. So tomorrow, let's see for, what does it call it, Forex Factory? I think the news events is on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday is heavy on Thursday right here. Unemployment claim, and that's it. Probably that's why the market is behaving like this week. Maybe. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look at the Bitcoin. Ay. All the way up to 123 and now consolidating. It's funny how we do our TAs and we don't have to change them and the prices respect everyone. It's so crazy, familia. It's so crazy. Look, these levels, like we have not touched them for like weeks now. Look, it just come to them like so easy. And they just look at that, like that's Bitcoin. It's consolidating, easy money. So buy here, sell here, buy here, sell here, buy here, sell here. All right. Easy money, easy money. But I'm not trading Bitcoin right now. Wow. 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 Look at that, familia. Look at this, familia. Isn't that a beauty? That is gold, a trade that we set up. And look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Breaking the internet. When we do these TAs, and that's the importance, familiar, on this, of understanding these triangle corrections. That's the importance of understanding how they behave. That's basically the same observations I'm having for for US 30 right now. That's basically the same observations I'm having for US 30 right now. Look at that, Jay. I think it activated it. No, not yet. Well, let's just watch, okay? Because I believe it will definitely come here, do something fun, and then run down. Now, Jay, look at that. If the price already is doing the move and it goes really, 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 really low, get out. Don't stay on it, okay? Don't stay on it if the price is already making the move. All right, my friend? This is what happened with a lot of people. When you are already in a position like waiting for it, right? Because you believe that the market is going to come there. And the market, it doesn't come there, but it actually does come really, really close, and then it pushes away from it, right? What you need to understand is that as the price is moving and going in the opposite direction, you know why it's going in the opposite direction? Because it's already filling up orders that is coming all the way across. So at that point, if the market decides to push up, it's not coming for you. Okay? It is not coming for you. And you're like, oh, yeah, it's coming for me because he's not going to leave me behind. No, it's not. At that point, he probably got an order that will push the market in the opposite direction and do the move that will put you in a stop loss. Okay? Always remember that, guys. Like, that's how the market behaves. It moves in an area picking up orders. It's not that it's coming for you, specifically for you. All right. So if the market leaves you behind, consider closing that pending order and wait for the next trade. Okay. That's when I'm looking at the DOM that I'm looking at it, and I am telling you guys, I don't see any orders being removed. All right. I don't see that. So in my head, I understand that the traders, the market movers, the people that are moving the big transactions there know something that I don't know. They know something that I don't know. And therefore, I go with them because they are the one who are moving the market. So those are things that I pay attention very closely. Pulling and stacking in the DOM. Okay? Depth of the market. Obviously, it's not here, but we got tools to see that information. All right? Just remember always that, because that's exactly what happened. Most people believe that the market is coming for them, and it's not. Already did the move that you expected. It just didn't got to the exact point. That's what I joke about it all the time. And I say, oh, the boat is leaving me behind, or the train is leaving me behind. It's gone. When the train is gone, it's gone. Don't think that the train is gonna like reverse for you. And then, and you know what is the worst part? The worst of all this, that's the psychological part of trading. That there will be that mystical and magical moment that it will actually do that move that you believe that it's going to do it. It will do it maybe 2-3 times. That will be enough for you to get engaged in your head that always happens. That is how the market screw you over. You know what I mean? It will implant that seed in your head because it happened maybe 2-3 times. That move always happens. That the market always comes to you because you are whatever. And that's not the way. That is not the way. Sometimes he does this move. There's always a reason why. Maybe some transaction executed something that moved the market in one push to you, and then yeah, it came down. But that game player is not always there for you. Sometimes it's just, you know, that you were that lucky that day. that somebody did that move for you. But now that move came into your head, implanted the seed for you to believe that, oh yeah, that's the way that the market moves, and that's not the way. You just got lucky. Okay. So always be, cautious of this movement of the market. This tonight I've been talking about how the market moves. I'm showing you guys how to read this candle, how to interpret what's behind it, because every day is different. And it's very important for you to master price action. I said it in our group today, early in the morning, because I broke over $4,000 in one shot. And I said, I would love to see everybody doing this. I would love everybody to see doing that. I don't want to just be me, but you have to understand how price action works. If you don't understand it, it doesn't matter the strategy that you have behind it. It doesn't matter Elliott Wave. It doesn't matter, Liberty. It doesn't matter any of that. At the end of the day, how the structure of the market, the context of the market is what matters the most. And you need to master that. You need to master it every single day. All right. All right, familia. So I think that should be good enough for what I see right now. Now, NAS again. I'm gonna go to the 1 minute time frame. It's still doing this thing. I am going to let it go. I'm going to clear all this stuff. I will see how it's going to behave in Asia tonight, because for the movement that I see right now, it seems a very clear AMD, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So accumulation. So this is accumulating right now. So when London opens, like this little green box, when London opens, is going to manipulate the market a lot. All right, it's going to manipulate, grab liquidity, move, and making higher highs and all that fun stuff. Then for New York tomorrow, there will be a lot of points for liquidity grabs. Remember for what I mentioned tonight, this area here, if you think that the market is going to come here, respect it again and push down, you might be very wrong. Just watch how it's going to react to this area if it does come up. If it does come up. Okay? If there's a big shark somewhere here, and they push the market back down, look at the behavior of that push down, because it might be a new order block. Just in case. If it does come to this area and react down, remember, look at, it has to be coming into a channel and then an engulfing candle. That engulfing candle will be a new order block, and it might be a long one in case that there's a new order block, because there is absolutely nothing. Most, like I'm telling you right now, the probabilities that there are transactions sitting there for for liquidity are very small because of the size of this. So the rundown for New York was too long. So trailing stop activated long ago. Okay. Perfect. All right, familia. I'm gonna see how it's going to behave on London. Then in the morning, I woke up and look for trading opportunities. All right, familia. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Any questions? And again, this is free education right now. All right. I'm not supposed to be doing it, but I'm doing it for all of you guys, since today was not a good date for the signals. And I will be tomorrow looking at it and providing you guys with A+ signals. Remember, if you want to join us, go into our Instagram and join us. Okay, familia? Link will be there for you. So anyways, I'm logging off now, going to bed so I can wake up early. Have yourself a wonderful rest of the night. God bless everyone. Take care.